Good morning. And a beautiful, beautiful, warm welcome to everybody, particularly honored guests and friends, trustees, alumni, members of the classes of 20, 21, and 22. Hello. A special tribute that I invite you to join for our faculty and staff who have helped to make this day over the last 24 hours, 4 years, and 226 years, a warm tribute to faculty and staff. And to parents and family, particularly warm feelings, wishes, and lots of love to all of you. And members of the class of 2019, to you, this is your day. These, my friends, are the 226 graduation exercises of Lawrence Academy, and that is an awesome, deep, substantial history. And you, the class of 2019, are an awesome, deep, substantial class. We will see, hear, and name the ways very shortly, but the awe and substance and depth of life seems to get stirred up in these moments too, these kinds of proceedings with resulting feelings. Some of it is easy to explain: nerves, crowds, family, uneven sleep patterns, being called up, identified, pushed out into the world. A graduation brings us to a point of reckoning that is not just circumstantial, it's all caps existential. So sure, it is personal and emotional. And with or without high school graduations, humans have been dealing forever with this mortal stuff, what the writer James Agee calls, with vast understatement, certain normal predicaments of human divinity. The human condition is kind of a chronic swelling of the soul. If you're having strong feelings, it's, air quotes, normal. But let's actually bring those feelings, whatever they are, into awareness and, for lack of a much, much better term, under management. Sometime during LA's first century of existence, Emily Dickinson wrote this incredibly beautiful sentence. Life is a spell so exquisite that everything conspires to break it. Or, as Freddie Mercury and David Bowie once said, it's the terror of knowing what this world is about. Watching some good friends sing. Let me out. Let me out. And for those of you who weren't here last night, that's a total inside joke from the senior slideshow. Things can be so good. We have the sense of exaltation, but we have the sense of vulnerability too. So if we feel giddy and sad and agitated all at the same time, there's nothing wrong with us. We're just experiencing constant recovery from the human condition. The fact today and any day is that life can be complex. It has its beauties and it has its burdens. But somewhere in life's extremity, there is this transcendent, disruptive, transformative mystery, and maybe that's where life's real energy emerges, and we happen just to be sensing it now. As Leonard Cohen sang, there's a crack in everything, that's how the light gets in. Seniors, the mystery that awaits you on the other side of these graduation exercises can be an imposing, even intimidating thing, but it is the very force that gives life meaning, beauty, possibility. And in that spirit, as you sit and wait to stand and go, and as we wait to say farewell, I want to wish for you something particular and something precious. I wish for you enlightenment. That's it. Not just knowledge or judgment or the ability to analyze, measure, or figure. I wish for you enlightenment. Like that guy in the Mountain Dew commercials. Except an enlightenment by comprehension and clarity and discernment, not caffeine. Our motto states that the light shines for all. Omnibus lucet. Use it. Light has the power to push away fear, to make clear what was once obscure, the universal power to warm and to grow and extend through time and space, to amplify the beauties, but also maybe lighten the burdens of life. Light is fully sensible to us. You felt it in this morning's sunrise. Enlightenment is just normal access to this power, letting it in. As the Upanishads say, now the light which shines above in heaven, pervading all the spaces, pervading everywhere, both below and in the farthest reaches of the world. This indeed is that same light which shines within. It sounds mystical. The light shines for all. But our senses and emotions tell us right now, light is truly held, revealed, and reflected through each of you in your own ways. We recognize the light in Omar Amuhabde's shining goodwill, in Will Adams' gleaming style and wit, in Cassandra Almanzar's warm kindness, in Maggie Eames' glowing prose, in the luminosity of Ahmad Miller's friendship, in the whole field of energy around Carrie Murphy, in the brilliance of Ellen Jo's fierce grace, in and through each and all of you together. I believe what we have shared with each other will light our way down life's paths, visions and dreams that surely will go wherever life takes us. Every person and every day can be an awakening. these people and this day more than most. You don't need poets or potentates to tell you that, but they can help. Mary Oliver, dearly and recently departed, awoke with this sense of enlightenment every day. In her book of poems, House of Light, she parallels the departure of the Buddha from this life with the dawning of the day. Buddha, by the way, simply means the awakened one. The poem is called The Buddha's Last Instruction. Make of yourself a light, said the Buddha before he died. I think of this every morning as the east begins to tear off its many clouds of darkness to send up the first signal, a white fan streaked with pink and violet, even green. An old man, he lay down between two sala trees, and he might have said anything, knowing it was his final hour. The light burns upward, it thickens and settles over the fields. Around him, the villagers gathered and stretched forward to listen. Even before the sun itself hangs disattached in the blue air, I am touched everywhere by its ocean of yellow waves. No doubt, he thought of everything that had happened in his difficult life. And then I feel the sun itself as it blazes over the hills, like a million flowers on fire. Clearly, I'm not needed, yet I feel myself turning into something of inexplicable value. Slowly, beneath the branches, he raised his head. He looked into the faces of that frightened crowd. Class of 2019, make of yourself a light. Absorb as much light as you can, spread as much light as you can. You have inexplicable value. The gathered world needs your radiance. Get after it, and in advance, thank you. To introduce today's speaker, we have Mickey Feeney, who is our senior class president. Source of bright percussion, beaming smile, shining, humane, humble intelligence, and warming good humor. Mickey.
Thank you for that introduction, Mr. Scheibe. Now it's my turn. Good morning, everyone. Like Mr. Scheibe mentioned, my name is Mickey Feeney, and as student body president, I am delighted to have the honor of introducing Lawrence Academy's 2019 graduation speaker, Kate Williams. Kate, hailing from the Green Hills of Vermont, is CEO of 1% for the Planet, a global network of businesses, nonprofits, and individuals working together for a healthy planet. Kate's passion for environmentalism began as a teenager when she had the opportunity to spend time fully immersed in the wonders of nature during an outdoor education program. After earning a BA at Princeton University and an MS at the MIT Sloan School of Management, her life has been devoted to advocating for the well-being of these outdoor places. In pursuit of this, Kate has served as board chair of the National Outdoor Leadership School, as executive director of the Northern Forest Canoe Trail, as founder and owner of a farm business enterprise, and as an elected political leader in her community. All of this has ultimately brought her to her current position as CEO of 1% for the Planet, where she works to inspire businesses and individuals to support environmental solutions through annual memberships and everyday actions. A few weeks ago, I had the privilege of speaking with Kate alongside the leaders of our awesome Environmental Sustainability Council, ESC, when we asked her what we could do to promote environmentally conscious action on our campus. She spoke of the importance and power of collective action, and how a goal like that could only be achieved with the commitment of many. She says, when people come together across traditional boundaries to solve complex problems, they create an unstoppable force. It is my best hope that I can lead by creating and supporting these kinds of powerful connections. It is with great pleasure and excitement that I invite Kate Williams up to the podium as our 226th graduation speaker.
Thank you, Mickey, and thank you everyone for being here and for inviting me to join you. I'm thrilled and honored to be with you, and I want to start by saying congratulations to the graduating class. This is a really big day for me. And I also want to say congratulations to the families of the graduating class and to the faculty. High school graduation is a hard-won moment. Not all families get to experience it. You graduates are here today about to receive your diplomas because of choices and commitments that you have made, and because of the support of many, many people. And because I hope you know deep down that the world is waiting for you to step forward and make your contribution. Let me say that again another way to underscore the main point that I want to share with you today. Our world needs you, and you have power to change the world. I know you have a million thoughts and emotions running around in your heads on this big day, and that's as it should be. But I hope this one point, the one gift of perspective that I can offer you, can penetrate and stick. Our world needs you, and you have power to change the world. On June 5th, 1985, I was sitting essentially where you are now amongst my fellow graduates at Buckingham Browne and Nichols School. Graduating from these schools, Lawrence and BB&N, is an incredible gift. Much has been invested in us. Much has been invested in you. And because we are by nature beings who are compelled to reciprocate, the burden of figuring out how to give back is quite real. I know I felt that when I was graduating. 5 days after my graduation, I was on a plane flying out to Wyoming, where I would spend 30 days in the wilderness of the Wind River Mountain Range. Those 30 days were life-changing for me. Here's what happened. My pack weighed in at 72 pounds, which at that time was 72% of my body weight. It snowed an unseasonable amount, so we were hiking and camping on deep snow the whole time. This was not summer camp. We missed one of our food re-rations because our travel was so slow due to the snow. One of our instructors fell and broke his leg while scouting a climb. We were at our most remote location at this time, and if you can imagine this was before cell phones and before satellite phones. So evacuating him involved sending out a runner team more than 20 miles to call in a helicopter, while the rest of the group moved the instructor through deep snow, remember, to a pass where the helicopter could come in and get him. I have a very distinct memory of standing on Haley Pass in the Wind Rivers as the helicopter came in. It was an incredibly beautiful evening. The sun was about to set over the mountains. I was really hungry. My boots were wet from hiking through snow for days. I was tired from more than 24 hours of ferrying gear and our instructor up to the top of this pass. And I was as elated and centered as I have ever been. I felt a bit taller and stronger and older because I had been trusted with very real responsibility for other students and even for instructors as part of the evacuation. This, I thought to myself, this is what I need to devote my life to. I have since spent my professional and personal life journey figuring out what this means, how this represents a way of giving back. What have I figured out? Well, for me, this includes a deep commitment to the importance of wild places. It includes a faith in hard experiences as the necessary whetstones that sharpen and focus us. It includes a quest to hone my leadership skills as a way to bring people and institutions into alignment and action toward positive change. It includes an appetite for risk, as there just might be real beauty and hope on the other side of that steep and rocky peak. This includes a belief that a healthy planet is not only a wonderful place to explore, but also, and most importantly, it is a fundamental place to steward for the benefit of all species. This has shaped my career, which has essentially had two chapters. First as an outdoor educator, connecting people to wild places, and then as an environmental nonprofit leader, working on behalf of those wild places. It has shaped my family and my personal life as well, including family wilderness trips, backyard gardens, dinner table debates about how to live well in our community, and much more. For me, this has been a defining and dynamic passion and touchstone, a North Star for my life journey, always the guide, but never quite in grasp. I'm deeply grateful to have, and to still to have, this navigational tool, because the life journey is neither easy nor direct. You have experienced your own challenges, joys, and opportunities here at Lawrence Academy and in your broader lives. And you're entering a new chapter in your lives where you will increasingly be the masters of your own paths. Which brings me back to my core point. Our world needs you, and you have power to change the world. My respectful request of you today is that you step into this next chapter of increasing mastery with your whole hearts and with a sincere belief in both the power you are bringing into the world and the opportunity that this creates for you to give back, to give forward. I happen to find my this on a snowy pass in Wyoming. You will find yours elsewhere at different moments, and that's exactly as it should be. So stay attuned. Trust your this. Trust your passion. Because you will encounter obstacles along the way. The snows are deep, or the waters are rising, as it were, on the life path. And there are figurative storms, rock slides, and lightning strikes. I've definitely experienced all of these and then some. I was laid off from a job during the unstable time following 9/11. My town flooded during Hurricane Irene. The 2008 economic recession dried up the funding of the organization that I was leading at that time. Real hard things do and will always happen. And then there's always that lurking inner voice that can be quite persistent in asking, but are you really good enough? I've certainly had my fair share of conversations with this voice, as has everyone else I know who has led a life of courage and commitment. So you will face obstacles, both external and internal, and the point is not to seek a life that is free of these obstacles, but rather to craft a durable faith in both your belief that the world needs you and in your power, and to hold on to this faith through the storms and uncertainties. I keep a quote on my bulletin board to remind me to keep holding on. Marianne Williamson says, quote, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light," she says, "not our darkness that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be?" End quote. I believe that this is a critical question to live by. Who are you not to be your most amazing and powerful selves? Who are you to deprive the world of the best you can give? I encourage you to think deeply about how you want your best self to show up. I encourage you to restart the inner conversation if it starts tilting toward fear instead of opportunity and power and light. I encourage you to find the friends, mentors, and communities that bring out and celebrate your best self, the people who help you to be tenacious. I encourage you to talk to strangers, honing and expanding your understanding of the world you share with so many others. I encourage you to make time for the passions, commitments, and loves that recharge and refresh you along the journey. You graduates truly are brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous. You are powerful, and our planet our warming, complex, beautiful, vulnerable planet really needs you to be all of these things. From what I've learned getting to know a few students and faculty as part of my preparation for these remarks is that at Lawrence Academy, you've not only learned in the classroom, but you've also learned by doing. You've considered the real issues facing the world, you've rolled up your sleeves, and you've gotten to work. From winter projects, both near and far, that are focused on improving communities, to awarding your Greater Good Award to alumni like Rob Kaplan, whose firm Circulate Capital is investing in solutions to plastic waste in the ocean, to working diligently right here on campus to eliminate single-use plastic. I'm a little thirsty. I'm gonna have a drink. And while I'm having a drink, I'm gonna thank Shelby and Emily and the Environmental Sustainability Council for their great work right here on campus. And this is what it's all about, taking bold action where you are, not waiting until you're older, better trained, or more expert. You will become all these things, but in the meantime, you've learned right here to go after it. And I encourage you to continue with that critical skill. And you'll find, if you haven't already, that going after it puts you in really the best of company. I've been incredibly inspired by today's youth climate activists who are taking legal and civil action around the globe, making a compelling case for the need to address climate change for the viability of the planet that these young people, that you will inherit. They aren't yet lawyers or CEOs or PhDs, but they are smart, aware, conscientious people who are stepping into their place and power in the world. Greta Thunberg of Sweden has stood out for me. She spoke to world leaders in Davos in January, and she said, "I don't want your hope. I want you to panic, and then I want you to act." So as you leave here today with your diplomas in hand, I invite you to act. I invite you to keep an eye out and an ear to the ground for your defining this. And I invite you to own your stake in a healthy and dynamic planet, to own the voice which you have every right to articulate your passions, values, and hopes for the future. Our world needs you, and you have power to change the world. Congratulations, and onward.
Thank you, Kate. As we come to that part of this ceremony where we award graduation prizes, I want to draw attention both to the list of prizes that was given during Cum Laude Day and the inside of the back cover, but also to the designation of those members of the graduating class who are members of the Cum Laude Society. The Margaret Price White Award, given by Robert F. White, class of 40, in honor and memory of his wife, Margaret Price White. The award is presented to a member of the sophomore class whose motivation, work ethic, and attitude toward all areas of school life have quietly and unassumingly earned the respect of the faculty. Tessa Griffith. The Thomas B. Warner Memorial Prize to two students. Established in September 1979 by the Warner family and friends in memory of Thomas B. Warner, Lawrence Academy alumnus class of 1975. To be awarded annually to two incoming seniors, so juniors, who have demonstrated a remarkable determination to achieve to their fullest potential in the classroom, on the field, and in the extracurricular activities of the school. Sierra Costin and Christopher Davis. Karl A.T. Lawrence Award, established by Mrs. Lucy W. Lawrence in memory of her husband, Karl, alumnus of the class of 1910, trustee from 1954 until his death in 1972, and lifelong benefactor of Lawrence Academy. Awarded annually to that member of the junior class whose achievements in all areas of school life demonstrate competence, loyalty, and concern for others, qualities that earned Mr. Lawrence the respect of all who knew him. Kevin Weaver. The Harvard Book Prize, awarded to that member of the junior class who combines excellence in scholarship and high character with achievement in other fields. This prize was established by Richard S. Aldrich, class of 1925, in memory of his great-great-grandmother who was in the opening class of 1794, and his mother, Mary Pickering Joy Aldrich, who was in the class of 1886. 3th-century award. Roisin Casey. The David Soren Yutter Memorial Award, awarded to a junior whose interests and activities demonstrate an appreciation of natural beauty and a love for Lawrence Academy. Zachary Clark. The James E. Baker Prize, awarded by an alumnus of the school, class of 1871, to a student in the junior class for the best all-around development in attitude and scholarship. Dylan Egan. Senior prizes. The Mary Elizabeth Chickering Prize, established by Mrs. Chickering's husband George Chickering, class of 1930, and awarded to that day student whose academic accomplishments, wholesome school attitude, and general maturity deserve special recognition. Emily Leung. The Howard W. Glazier Class of 55 Award, established by the Glazier family in honor of Howard's 30th reunion to be awarded to a student attending Lawrence Academy for at least 2 years, whose enthusiasm and dedication to hard work have generated the most school spirit. Michael Templeton. The Melvin W Man Award, awarded to the Lawrence senior whose character and leadership ability have contributed most to fostering mutual respect between members of the school community. Jolexis de Jesus. The Proctor Award, established by Gary Edlin, class of 1963, in memory of his father, Harvey Edlin, honors that student proctor who best demonstrated qualities of integrity, initiative, and responsibility. Kambar Mangibayev. Proctor Award, honoring student proctor who best demonstrates qualities of integrity, initiative, and responsibility. Abigail Kroll. The Richmond Baker Prize, 2. A prize donated in honor of Richard Baker and awarded by vote of the varsity coaches to the female athlete of the senior class and the male athlete of the senior class who, through dedication and determination on athletic field, best demonstrate the qualities of a true leader. Jamie Comeau and Erica Lizat. The Raymond A. Ilg Award, established by Mrs. Ilg and Ray's friends and classmates at Lawrence, 1939, for that senior who has shown outstanding qualities of sportsmanship, leadership, and achievement in athletics. Connor Sweeney. The Norman and Katherine Grant Award. The Norman and Katherine Grant Award has been established to honor 40 years of dedicated service to Lawrence Academy by the two extraordinary people for whom it is named. The Grant Award is made annually to a graduating senior who has done the most on the playing field and in his or her association with teammates to further the spirit and ideals of athletics and good sportsmanship at the Academy. Tori Colati. The Whitehurst Prize, given in memory of Reverend Raymond W. Whitehurst and funded in part by the class of 1984, to that member of the senior class who has evidenced exceptional growth toward maturity of conduct, opinion, and discourse. Alexander Skleris. The David Thomas Kinsley Prize for Public Speaking. Alumnus of the school, 1881 to 1882, established by his daughter, Katherine Mary Kinsley. To be awarded to the senior who displays the most outstanding skills in class discussions and formal classroom presentations. Mark Bedetti. The Tom Park Class of 29 Memorial Award, established by the Barron family in June 1989, in memory of Tom Park, Class of 1929, an outstanding citizen of the town of Groton and active supporter of Lawrence Academy, awarded to that student athlete in the graduating class who has best demonstrated loyalty and dedication in his or her athletic pursuits and academic endeavors. Connor Sweeney. The Adrian Chen Class of 1992 Award. The Adrian Chen Award is awarded to a senior at graduation whose native language is not English and who has achieved linguistic and cultural fluency while enriching the Lawrence Academy community by sharing his or her language and culture with others. Maxime Tochilkin. The Pillsbury Prize for Character and Conduct, established by the Honorable Albert E. Pillsbury and open to any member of the graduating class. Shreya Balaji. The Pillsbury Prize for General Improvement in Scholarship and School Duties during the course, established by the Honorable Albert E. Pillsbury and open to any member of the graduating class. Brian Underhill. The Treisman Prize for Superior Scholastic Achievement, established by an alumnus, Robert S. Treisman of the class of 1953, awarded to that senior who has attended the school for at least 2 years and has become the academic leader of the school as demonstrated by his or her ability to think independently, creatively, and deeply, and by enthusiastic engagement in learning and by superior quality of scholarship. Kelly Gifford. The Ferguson Prize for Leadership, awarded to that member of the senior class who has exhibited superior leadership abilities in the classroom, on the athletic fields, and in the community activities of the school. Presented by an alumnus of the class of 1971 in honor of 40 years of dedicated service to Lawrence Academy by Mr. and Mrs. Arthur Ferguson. Nicolette Arnold. The Benjamin Davis Williams Prize, established by the class of 1984 to honor Benjamin Davis Williams, headmaster of Lawrence Academy from 1969 to 1984, and awarded by vote of the faculty to that senior whose leadership qualities, innovative ideas, and varied interests in the numerous areas of Lawrence Academy life all make this a better place in which to live, to experience, and to learn. Nicole Winthrop. Happy birthday. The Faculty Award, awarded by the faculty to that member of the school whose conduct and character have contributed much to making the Academy the type of school to which a parent would wish to send a son or daughter. Jennifer Dick. It is a tradition for the senior class to elect 2 of its members to deliver addresses at the graduation ceremonies. First, we will hear from Will Adam.
ambitious having me as the first speaker after it was announced my senior superlative was most likely to be late to graduation. I'd like to start off by thanking my peers for selecting me for this honor, and also pouring one out for those who we've lost to expulsions and withdrawals. In preparation for this speech, I decided to seek out advice from Mr. Mastrangelo, whose son AJ was the keynote speaker last year. Frank told me that I needed 3 things to write a great graduation speech. He told me that it needed to be short, it needed to be sweet, and it needed to be funny. So I decided to write about myself. Vertically challenged, comically inclined. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, this is a position that I would have never thought I'd be in had you asked me a few years or even months ago. Many of you, parents, family, friends, might not understand why, so allow me to introduce myself. My name is Will Adam. I'm an 18-year-old from Boston, Massachusetts, and a 3-year senior in this graduating class. I arrived at Lawrence sophomore year after transferring along with several friends when my previous school canceled its football program. Immediately, I recognized how much more comfortable and how much happier I was here. I connected with my peers and teachers and began to enjoy day-to-day life more than I had in my previous school. After being told that I would be speaking to you today, I was a little worried on how a high school senior would have any wisdom to impart to my peers and elders, but I will do my best. Try to pause and appreciate the day-by-day memories. While you will remember good times with friends, it is the other little memories that can be so easily forgotten. Daily things that you might forget to appreciate until it's too late. And when you look back, forgotten memories hurt even more than the ones never made. In high school, as opposed to in life, there are surprisingly few repercussions. And while the repercussions after high school are perhaps a little greater, my message can resonate with parents, friends, and alumni too. My good times began in Waters House, where I lived with my roommates Thomas Greeny and Josh Arruda, who remain 2 of my closest friends to this day. Waters was about as close as you could get to a fraternity house at LA, affectionately known as Delta Phi Psi Men. A collection of athletes, class clowns, and international students. Looking back on that year, I honestly can't remember doing a single homework assignment. While that made life a little harder for my college counselor, to this day, it remains my favorite year here at LA. This is in no means me supporting an indolent, carefree, lackadaisical mindset for you, but it is me encouraging you to focus on making memories. Because you won't remember that homework you took hours to complete, or that test you studied a week for, or that bad grade you got at midterm. But you will remember the good times you had with friends. My good times were rollerblading to go fishing with Ian, wrestling with my roommate Murphy in room D210, 2 ISL football titles, night crawlers, JV baseball, bleaching my hair, my winter room at Give Kids the World, kayaking with a broken wrist in Belize, sorry Tony, many reply alls to all school emails, hockey playoff games, a lot of D-Hall chicken and rice, throw hose, many, many movies, and so much more. And one for the parents, seeing Mr. Scheibe courtside at the Celtics and finally understanding where those tuition increases went. To the students in the back, there are going to be some hard times and difficult work in your last few years here. But make sure you make time for the little things. Hang out with your friends during MX. Walk down to Jay's. Hit dunks during your free block. And in the least lecturing, parental nagging way possible, these are 4 of the most memorable and fun years of your life. Learn from your teachers. Learn from your books. But most importantly, learn from your peers. They are by far the biggest influence on who you are in high school, but also who you can become. Your developing minds learn from your surroundings, so make sure you are surrounded by those who will make you your best self. Figure out what makes you happy. Learn from your failures. Never live in the past and avoid living in the future. Live life one day at a time. Growing up, we spend a lot of time thinking about the future, about college and all of the things we can do when we are older, the freedom and responsibility we will have. But soon, those thoughts and desires to age change, and they change fast. Why could we have not listened to our parents when they told us? Don't rush to grow up and be older, because you will never have memories like you have from your childhood. Appreciate your adolescence, as I hope the parents and faculty did theirs. And as Andy from The Office once said, I wish there were a way to know that you're in the good old days before you've actually left them. I've thought about that a lot in my last few weeks here. Thank you. I would also like to give a special birthday shout out to my fellow speaker, Nicole Winthrop, who is a phenomenal person, academic, actor, and an even better friend.
Okay, I'm kind of nervous. Okay. Okay. I hate introductions. It always feels like there's too much riding on them. Like right now, for example. I'm sure there's a few of you who have no idea who I am. I'm Nicole. I'm not sure if it's relevant to say that I'm from Hopkinton, Massachusetts, or that I play volleyball, or that I tried to be a vegan for a week at the beginning of this year and failed tragically. See what I mean? It just seems impossible for someone to get to know me, or anyone else for that matter, in just a short introduction. I think all you really need to know is I'm Nicole, and I came to LA as an awkward freshman like many others graduating with me. The whole introduction spiel was just to say that there's no way for me to sum myself up in just a couple sentences. It's impossible. And I learned this at LA after 4 years of being inspired to take responsibility for who I want to become. That's our school motto for people who don't know. In the writing course I took this year with Mrs. Moore, she would always say, show, don't tell. This phrase was thrown around all year by every student in the class. I would ask Matt Knoll to give me a peer critique, and he would point to a sentence that said, she's a nice person. And he would say, I think you're telling too much here. Meanwhile, I'm still having issues with comma rules and apostrophes, so this whole showing concept was extremely foreign to me. I don't even know if everyone in my class understood it in the beginning, or if they just faked it like me. Sometimes when I was editing Tori's papers, I would point to a random sentence and say it was telling just to seem like I knew what I was talking about. Kidding, Tori. As I worked on showing what my characters wanted or the truth about them, I started to realize that these concepts actually apply to life outside of writing too. Quite the epiphany, I know. But seriously, I thought about how LA is small and how we all know everyone. And it's not like we just know each other by face and name. It's like everyone here has something special about them that shows who they are. This goes for anyone. People I just see in the halls or people that I've been best friends with since freshman year. But it's not because we're walking around with labels on our back telling what makes us stand out. It's because of the things that we do, the clubs that we start, the poems we submit to the Lit Mag, the sports we play. It's all in the details, you guys. It's not about the things that we say we do, but the things that we actually physically do. But I think that it can be hard to actually show who you are if you have no idea who you are. I thought I knew exactly who I was in 8th grade, what I liked, what I didn't like, what I wanted to be. So coming to LA in the beginning, I avoided classes that I didn't know enough about and stuck with what people told me I was good at, which was volleyball and kind of softball, but I rode the bench all freshman and sophomore year, so apparently I wasn't as good as I thought. But at LA, it felt like I was able to be different, maybe even expected to be. I was forced to step out of my comfort zone and jump into classes I could have never pictured myself being a part of, but I learned something in every risk and step forward that I took. Taking improv my sophomore year taught me that I can imitate a valley girl really well, and I love to embarrass myself. Playing JV hockey taught me that losing can be fun, practicing goal celebrations is more important than stick handling, and bribing refs with Twizzlers on the ice doesn't work. Being a part of the cabinet this year made me 3 new best friends and showed me how good it feels to help come up with and execute ideas to make school more fun.
All of us have the chance here at LA to show who we are before we have to write about it for a college essay or interview. We are given the opportunity to play lacrosse and audition for the 1X at the same time. We're given the opportunity to be a student rep for our class or create a club based around Crocs. We are given the opportunity to try new things and to stick with the things that we're already passionate about. LA hands us these building blocks, these Legos, and lets us build our own structure, a building, statue, wall, whatever you can imagine. Some of the blocks we'll use at the base of our structure, or some just as decoration, and some maybe not even at all. There are many Legos that I've acquired here, and they have become a part of my foundation. And there's also a couple that I have completely thrown away. Freshman year, I kindly put back the Math 2 Honors Lego. And this winter, I seriously thought about throwing away the physics one. But I made it through and passed, I think. But I never thought that I would have a painting Lego, or an improv Lego, or a soup club and croc club Lego, or a 1X Lego, or even a graduation speech Lego. Recently, I grabbed a Spanish 5 Honors Lego because Mr. Moore let me visit his class during my free block, even though I only know how to say, "Donde está el pollo?" So here I am, adding on one Lego after the other without even realizing it. And these Lego blocks don't just have to be hobbies. They can be ideas, mannerisms, friends, or just straight up joy. Whether I'm playing recorder on stage as you guys walk into assembly, or making a winning dragon fruit smoothie with Justin Chen, his recipe, I'm showing not only my classmates, but also myself who I am. And yeah, I'm not exactly sure what I'm building with these Lego type blocks, and I know that the things that I did at LA are not the only things that define me. They simply added on to who I am and who I want to become. LA allows us to show what we love, what we're passionate about, and what we've learned. But it's up to us to actually take advantage, so one day we'll be able to look back on our experiences, little or small, and see how those Legos make up who we were then and who we have become now. It's a hard concept, I know. Show, don't tell. But it's fundamental to good writing, and it turns out it's actually fundamental to good living as well. I said I hate introductions because I never feel like they can do me justice. At LA, I realized that there's no point in trying to sum myself up in a few sentences. The things that I have done here and the tiny imprint that I have left at this school have taught me more about who I am than any introductory paragraph ever has. Like I said, it's all about what we do, not what we say we do. Thank you to my teachers, my advisors, my friends, parents, and anyone else who has been with me through high school. My last thanks goes to LA for all the memories, joy, friendships, and the foundation that it has given me to keep building on. Thank you. Also, shout out Grace General.
Thank you, Nicole and Will. And now for the presentation of diplomas. I'd like to indicate and thank, in assisting with the presentation, Rob Moore, our Associate Head of School, and our incoming Board President, Jason Segir, who will help with the distribution of the diplomas, also parent of the class of a student from the class of 2019. Omar Zahi Abu Hamde. William Elliott Gordon Adams. Cassandra Almanzar. Nicolette Arnold. Joshua Paul Aruda. Gabrielle Teresa Bailey. Shreya Balaji. Caitlin Ann Banville. Ethan Cole Bastian. Drew Thomas Bavaro. Olivia Simmons Sophia Bezos. Mark Anthony Bedetti. Cameron Patrick Barron. James Rich Bernini. Esther Berrocal de Castro. Michaela Winter Billsbury. Carson James Blackshaw. Wyatt Charles Blackshaw. Clayton August Britt. Connor James Casibio. Adrian Castañón, Galicia. Fairlight Olivia Camelli. Tai Justin Chen. James Chun Lung Choi. Suk Jong Chung. Victoria Ann Kaladi. Daniel Wesley Collins. Jamie Lynn Como. Nora Joan Dalton. Leah Ruth Davis. Jolexis Milagros de Jesus. Griffin Patrick Delaney. Jennifer Lauren Dick. Abigail Janice Dolan. Braden Edward Doyle. Jack William Duggan. Margaret Mulcahy Eames. Michael James Feeney. Grace Elizabeth Finneral. Caroline Denby Fortune. Mia Ann Fusco. Callie Frances Geckel. Kelly Rose Gifford. Tyler William Gonzalez. Ian James Grape. Scott James Graziano. Austin Trevor Grant Greeley. Harry Connolly Groom V. Shelby Ann Ginnard. Ariana Alyssa Hagigat. Hayashi Roy. Katherine Louise Jacobs. Lily Jarnred. Harry Yunbei John. Faris Riaz Kamani. Jordan Wynn Shunnickson. Abigail Marie Kroll. Ben Picha Kuram. Emily Nai Wen Leong. Harrison Michael Lang. Benjamin William Lickman. Erica Jean Lazat. Lena Gabriella Long. Renee Elizabeth Lorden. Mei Chung Lu. Thomas Michael Madigan. Viraz Kitan Mahanti. Mangibayev Kambar Bolatovich. Brennan Rose McCormick. Caitlin Lori McKinnon. Wasim Misena. Maxwell James Meyer. Ahmad Andrew Miller. Mary Lynn Murphy. Leo Narisawa.
Yes, give me the knees. Oh, shoulder, shoulder. Chest.
Nguyen Minh Ang. Nguyen Nhok An. Matthew Jack Knoll. Maggie Rose Pelletier. Jesse Cole Pierce. Ari Porras. Rachel Nina Porter. Jacob James Pertell. Seth Francis Quinn. Foley Megan Rabbit. Mia Marie Razzaboni. Daniel Richard Rodier. Mackenzie Teresa Ryan. Matthew Jason Seguir. Alexander Sklouris D'Agostino. Muhammad Kadafi Siregar. Song Hannah Ye-hyun. Brian Alexander Sugar. Michael Era Sarabian. Connor James Sweeney. Michael Robert Templeton. Tochilkin Maxim Igorovich. Tochilkina Alyonya Igorevna. Brian Martin Underhill. Willem Martin Van Valsum. Jack Jude Barilli. Grace Hart Webster. Brandon Michael White. Nicole Elise Winthrop. Katherine Shui. Ethan George Zarek Croak. Zhang Jiu. Ellen Jo Xiaoxing. Zuravyovya Daria Vysheslavovna. Please join me in congratulating the whole class. A few more words in order. To explain the traditional way that we recess, the seniors will proceed out, line up around the quad, and we simply ask for the cooperation of folks in the back to keep the way clear, because after the seniors go, the faculty will process and work through the line of seniors with handshakes and farewell. This last quick verse. So let the gift of gathered light pervade the ways we learn and know, awaking wonder and delight, while knowledge, truth, and wisdom grow. The school hymn can be found inside the front cover of the brochure. Please stand and join in singing the school hymn.
At the end of the song.
Thank you.